So, well, since this was a surprise live stream, I'm going to start. Let me check that. Okay, we are live on YouTube as well. Okay, so I'm going to start. Feel free to chime in and so on. So previously we had a few issues with our Pathfinder. I fixed all of them. The fix was kind of easy. Well, we did made a few things wrong, to be honest. Okay, but now ignore the debug lines. But now we can basically move around this and not get inside. Okay, it doesn't return any paths. So if I add a door, I can actually go in. We do not see the line because it's rendered below, but I think we can fix that from the line. Render priority, let's set this to 1. Don't think it's going to change. Yeah, it's not going to change since we have a few other things that are happening. Sorting layer, maybe let's add this on 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, you can see that if we add doors, he can actually use them. If we do not add any doors, he will basically try and move around it, as you can see, and I can't get inside. Okay, awesome. So as you can see, everything works great now. Now let's see the changes I did. The biggest change right now was that we had it wrong. We had the grid, we had on the node instance, we had the directions, okay, which meant that only if there was a node instance, we could have a direction and we could control the direction. Let's delete this, we don't need it. And we could control which was the unwalkable directions only if there was a node distance. But it's kind of wrong because if we, let's build something. Okay, so let's say we build here. You can see that this node, let's zoom in slightly. So this node is actually, or better yet, let's just build only one. Okay, so everywhere you see a red line, it means you need to come from 2 ways and get inside this. Okay, so that means we need to block this way from this node, and from this node we need to block this way to get inside. So because this node doesn't have any node distances, we weren't saving those. We didn't have a container to see those unwalkable directions. Okay, so the biggest change was this. I've also moved this. Let's bring this down here, so all the pathfinding stuff is together. We don't need this anymore, I believe. We're not actually using it. Yeah, we don't even use it anymore. Let's delete it. Let's delete this as well. Okay, so we have all our directions. Everything is basically what we wrote on the previous part. We just add direction, or we're going to add door direction. Of course, we are going to change this in the future. We are going to make this more specific to what we want to do. So the other change is on the build manager. Yeah, of course, change everywhere we were accessing the unwalkable directions. We were accessing them from the node distance. Feel free to change it. Well, actually, you have to change it to just get it directly from the node. Okay, now back to our fill square. Okay, so basically I just get directly from the node instead of the node distance here. Now everything stays the same here. we do find the edge nodes, as we see here, the same way we did it before, and then we run the check for the edge nodes, which is down here. I've only added this because it's the sender node, so one less operation. So okay. Then we do the same thing. Now I did save the direction, and we also want the opposite direction to use on the neighbor node. Okay, these are debug lines. This is for the neighbor nodes, so just for me to see where the nodes are currently at, but I think it's okay now. And this is for the direction the nodes are aiming at. It was just for me to debug those positions and see that we are actually getting the correct directions, which we do. So if a neighbor node does not have a node instance, then on our own node, okay, so maybe let's rename this to our current node, and let's rename this to neighbor node, just so that we do not get confused ourselves. So this will be now our neighbor node. This is if a neighbor node does not have a node instance, we're going to add the unwalkable direction towards there on our current node, which means there's a wall there. If on your neighbor node though there is a node instance, you're going to add the opposite direction to your neighbor node. Okay. Now I think there might be some edge cases with this. We'll find them. But I think for the most part this works okay for what we want to do. There might be the edge cases might be when we start creating more and more. So we'll see. Okay, so that's for the Pathfinder. Let's test it. It should probably work okay. So as you can see, it works fine, and I can walk inside until there is an entry point, which can be this, and we can walk. Now the edge case I talk about, I think, is if we build here, we might not no, we actually do not have any edge cases. They do update normally, and we can't get inside. Oops. Yeah, okay. Now we start getting to have some issues. Okay, this is actually wrong, but I don't know if that was the case because we built it afterwards. Yeah, okay, we still have these edge cases. So let's bring back our debugs. These are the neighbor nodes. Okay, this needs to be neighbor node, and this needs to be current node. Yeah, I thought that this would be enough, but apparently we are missing something. Let's add this here. Let's get inside. Yeah, I don't know why this is treating it like there's no wall, but it should be a wall. At least I think maybe we're not getting one direction. So let's say we build this. Yeah, as you can see, we can't get in, but we can get out. So at least that narrows it down. But let's see. Let's remove this. Maybe we do have to look on the same node. Okay, this will have to do with our directions. Let's also draw a line on the opposite direction. I think with this we don't actually need it. We know that we are getting all our nodes. Then maybe draw a line here. Let's give it a color of blue or something. and we want the opposite direction now. And let's see what are we doing. If you have any questions in the chat, okay, you know the deal. Feel free to ask questions or whatever. Yeah, okay. Well, this is actually weird. Let's lower the distance to maybe 0.5 f and 0.5 f. So just so that we do not have overlapping debug rays. But we kinda do still, because maybe that's actually my, yeah, okay, my bad. We need to start from the neighbor node, not our current node. That's not too useful. Okay. So, as you see, we kinda miss these edges. Don't know why that is though. And of course, updating in here, I think it should bring him issues. No, okay. It looks like he can walk. Okay, he can walk in here. So that's good enough. Okay, so let's do the same thing for all nodes, not just the ones that we update. That will give us a more accurate position. We might get an error if there is no neighbor node, but it's okay, we're not going to be on the edge of our grid. Yeah, okay, now we have a more accurate direction. So, we do get these lines. But why are we missing this then? Okay, let's start debugging more. First of all, we need to know if we have blocked a direction and which block direction is from our node. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste it in here, and I'm going to remove that. Well, okay, this looks correct to me. That this should be blocked directions. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually add a debug mode for this. So let me find my managers. Let me find my mouse operation, and if I'm pressing the get mouse button down 2, then if current node not equals null, I'm just going to do in just going to do a debug.log with the direction. Okay, just so that I can tell what to do. Okay, so up, down, west. But which is the west? I think the west is, yeah, okay, the west is this way. Or is it this way? Can't forget. No. If north is here, then west is down. Okay, then this node, let me collapse. Up, down, west. And okay, this doesn't work on. If we're not on a build mode, what did I do wrong? Huh. Let's write. So, or actually, let's say unwalkable directions dot count equals 0. Back to log. No unwalkable directions. Minimize that and hit play. Okay, then no unwalkable direction. So here's the first culprit. This guy does not have an unwalkable direction, which means when you're coming down from here and you are on this node, you are looking to see if so you are looking to see if this node lets you come in from this side, which means it's wrong. Technically, since this guy does not let you go out, the Pathfinders will have catched that, but apparently it doesn't. So let's take a look at our Pathfinder and see what we have down here. Get neighbors, and we have our neighbor node, our current node, and the search position. So if no distance, we need to remove this entirely. That's why we were looking if there was a node distance, but we not have node distances on all positions then. So this will also catch this case now. Technically, it will catch it. Hi on everyone on the chat. Okay, then. Okay. Didn't want to do that. Yeah, okay. That did it. That fixed it. Okay. So now he can get inside only from the doors. And he can't get... God damn it. I spoke too soon, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Now walkable directions. And you have up, down, south. Okay, so let's go and fix it onto our build manager as well then. Add walkable directions. Let's say check up, down. Check for edge nodes. Okay, let's say if you are adding this, let's take this actually, and add me a blue line on your neighbor node. This is not perfect as well. And come to think of it, I actually thought of a way we can fix this entirely, but yeah, okay, you can see we do not get these edges, which means we have something wrong. But what is it? Maybe it's -x -2. Let's try with this. So the easiest way to make this, to fix this, will be to just not have what we do here. Which is have nodes that have separate walls. So you can have a wall be an entire node. And actually that will solve a lot of problems, to be honest. So maybe you can do it like that. Since, you know, it's a space station, there's no point why there should be just one. But I kind of want to try and fix it, to be honest. But can see what we are missing here. Yeah, okay, screw this. We're going to do it like that. So it's going to be simplified, which means we don't have to worry about any of this, because we're going to just keep the node walkable and unwalkable. Okay, we do not have to over-engineer it. But first, let me show you something for creating the assets or the world itself. Okay, clear that. Now, I find out that we're not on the best rotation. Well, now I am, but we were on 25 degrees, which is more oblique. The normal resolution, which you will find more isometric assets, stuff like that, more normal rotation, is 30 degrees, which means I'm going to go and rotate everything at 30 degrees. And on my sprites, I'm just actually going to create new sprites, an easier way. So this is called Asset Forge. It's from that guy Kenny that does free assets. This is not free, you have to buy it. And I did buy it, I don't even remember how many years ago, but I do have it. But here's one cool thing we can do. We can create, you know, something in 3D. And let's say, I'm just going to build. Well, let's say this will be our floor nodes. Okay. And maybe this can be, come on. It's not going to work as I wanted. Anyway, let's screw that. But let's say we have this as our floors, okay, as our floor tile. If you export on as a 2D sprite, you can change this to isometric 30 degrees. Okay, this will give you a preview. We can have different sizes. I think let's try with small. You can also export different directions, but I think with just this one, it should be enough for our needs. So you can have other things, but I think that should be okay with what we want. We can have shadows and whatever. So let's save this file and let me find it actually. Let me find the project, I mean. Yeah, their file system is not that great. So hold on. I don't even remember which one I'm looking at. It's okay, so I'm going to save it inside art. Let's say floor. Okay, which is going to come in here and is going to give me the size 32 by 16. It's not that perfect. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's switch it to point. Let's switch this to sprite. Let's remove the compression. Let's save it. We can move inside. It might not look exactly like, and I think it's actually changed the resolution to 45 by 23. Yeah, okay, anyway. Let's find our grid, our resources, our node prefab, and you know what? Instead of doing it here, because I will be changing my prefab, let's remove the loading on our prefab or the node prefab, and I'm simply going to be drag and dropping it from the inspector, just so that I can always do changes without having to worry about applying the prefab and whatever. Okay, then let's change this to our floor. It's kind of small because it's at 100. Let's raise this. Okay, hold on. Because it's at 100 pixels per unit. Let's hit play. Oh, yeah. Of course, I forgot. We are building it under. We are updating the values from here. So, yeah, fair enough. Let's add all of it. Have the same sprite. And I think we might even delete this. Kind of don't need it right now. Okay, so let's try and change this to 50. Let's go with 10. That's too much. Let's go with, no, 5 is going to be even larger. I think it should be, let's try 23. Okay, no. 20. 25. No, 30. Okay, 32. Yeah, I think with 32 we're getting somewhere. 32. Let's do 33. Okay, this will give you as a grid. This will give it as a grid. So that means we are between 32 and 31. 32 then. But let's change the yeah, okay, this point format. Okay, resize. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, say we apply. Now we can use this and draw over them, so I'm not going to really worry that much about it. So let's get back here and let's create a wall. I think there is some primitive somewhere. Okay, let this update. So let's say that this is going to be our wall, half of it actually. Now, if half of it is a wall, then that means we're going to have some issues there. Yeah, okay, we can make this like this is the outer side of the wall and this is the inner side of the wall. But for now, let's just use this and simplify it. Yeah, actually, hold on, give me a second. I want to see something else. Okay, yeah, okay. In other games, I see that's the same thing they were doing. They were blocking the entire grid, the entire tile, I mean. Okay, like you can see this is an entire line that's blocked. It just rotates depending on where the wall is. We can have this as well, depending on which is connected and which is not. And I think that's a little bit too dark. So let's say move this down here. Let's try and do that effect, I guess. Okay, maybe add. Actually, let's try and add this. Yeah, that's terrible. It's kind of shitty looking. Okay, let's say this will be our wall. We can export this as a 2D sprite. as 30. Save when file. And actually, we can export multiple directions, but I don't know if these 4 directions are actually the directions we want. So let's save this as wall west and export it again. If we had the same values, that would be lovely, but whatever. Wall south. Actually, that's wall north. Yeah, obviously we can do all directions. So let's do them, I guess. Damn it. That will be wall east. And let's do wall north. We haven't already. Yeah, okay, wall south. I think the naming conventions for that are kind of wrong. Okay, so since we don't need any of this, let's delete them. And let's fix all of them to be sprites. I think it was 32. Filter mode point and no compression. Okay, there's some weird things that happening here. I don't know what these are, but we can just use this and, you know, draw on top of it afterwards. So we don't have to worry that much. So, did we miss this? Yeah, we missed this. Point 32. Okay, this will be our walls. Right now we're only going to use this wall and place it everywhere. Just for us to be, just for it to be easier to do. And then let's change our algorithm for building. First of all, okay, you know what? Let's remove this entirely. Let's comment it out. And we're going to bring back our friend, is walkable or not. Yeah, it's kind of stupid that I could have done this much more simpler like this, but we still, yeah, okay, you know what, we still need to have the unwalkable directions for up and down, so let's do not delete all of them, let's just keep them here, because I said, yeah, we're still going to need the unwalkable and walkable directions for up and down. It's just on the build manager. Let's simplify it now when we are building a node, and we are going to say okay, I'm only going to keep this, I think, and let's, no, we still need to update the neighbors though. So what we don't need is these two. All of this. So that means we don't need this as well. Let's maybe add a region here. Just so that it's not in the way. So let's try and see the logic again. When we are building on a node, and the node is null, of course, return. Otherwise, set up the previous node. That's more for us, so we do not have duplicate nodes. If there is no node distance and update neighbors is wrong, okay, return that node. Otherwise, instantiate the game object, init it. Okay, target sprite. This needs to change. Yeah, okay, this needs to change, but okay, let's keep it as wall nowhere. We're going to build it as that, and you're getting your east node and your west node. Oh. Oh. I think that's... Oh, damn it. Maybe that was the case. Maybe because I was only getting the 2 nodes, but we still had it working. Anyway, maybe we can try this on a different time. But for now, let's just check east or west and update neighbors. It's going to do all of this. Then, okay, build that node and just add the target sprite. Okay, and so basically it's just going to be changing this to the walls nowhere, which will be, let's rename it to just floor. So every time we find an edge node, check direction for edge. And actually, since we are here, yeah, you know what? That's still not the best case for this. Let's go up then. Let me think. Okay, so each node you are finding, you're going to be changing, you're going to be building one. You are going to be adding the up and down directions. You're going to be blocking those directions. And then if it is an edge node, you're going to be adding that into the edge. And instead of adding, of searching, we can remove this entirely. And we can build an actual wall in here. So we can say current node distance dot sprite renderer equals dot sprite equals build sprites, or what was it, base sprites dot, let's just say wall everywhere, but we're going to rename it to wall. Okay, then current node is walkable, set that to false. So on our Pathfinder, we're not really going to be bothered that much with directions anymore. The first thing we need to do is, if direction.y is not 0, then that means you're going on opposite floors. You need to search if you can walk through that position or not. Which means we can do, okay, so we basically need this. If d.y lower than 0, and let's search for directions dot, you're going down, so you need to search the up position. But if it's the opposite way, on your search position, you need to check up, you need to check if the down direction from the search position is available. Okay, search null. Otherwise, if search position is walkable or not walkable, return null. Otherwise, just return your search position, which is the same node you're coming in. And for this, checks if you can, yeah, okay. This says if the node distance is null. Oh, maybe that was the case with this. Damn it. Yeah, I think this was the case with this. Oh, damn it. Now I'm curious that I had it working, but this kind of ruined it. So, okay, let's try this and we'll see if we're going to maybe we try that. Hey man, just want to let you know, I enjoy your tutorials, haven't watched the Golden Sim stuff, but your Unity lessons helped me find a job in the job. Well, that's actually awesome. And I hope it's a good job. So let's start. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we forgot to add the sprites. So floor, we have our floor and wall. But let's add one of these walls, doesn't matter. Okay, there's our walls. We forgot to fix the pivot points, but it's okay. Okay, so we kind of have an issue now with the Pathfinder. Oh, we have an issue with the Pathfinder because the default mode for is walkable should be true. Okay, and if the Pathfinder returns on mouse operations, if the Pathfinder, also this is the callback I did just to visualize it, I have added a line renderer. Okay, and I'm just doing this. If I want to move my unit, I will comment all of this and just bring this back. This is pretty much nothing. You just take the position you get from here and add them down here. But I want to add the debug.log for l.count, so I know how many positions are actually are, and that my Pathfinder is finished. Yeah, okay. See, so that's the same basic Pathfinder we had before. And if I build now a wall, we do not have a sprite for the wall anymore. We can get in because we do not actually update the when we are building the door. Update neighbors, build door. Okay, we are changing this, add door direction. This is irrelevant anymore, but it won't do any harm, but we kind of need to turn that into a walkable. Okay, so let's create a sprite for the door. So if this is a wall, let's take this, and I didn't want to rotate it like that. Who knows how to rotate then? This is rotate X, Y, Z. What the? Yeah, obviously this would have been much easier in a an actual 3D modeling software, and we will have these issues, but whatever. Here is our perfect door. I guess we can bring this in a bit. Same with this. And I kind of make, if this was a little bit more hollow, would be better, to be honest. Maybe we can add, if I find, how do we, oh, here it is. Let's make it this entirely black, and then let's see if we can scale this down. Now that is going to see, and of course we are going to have to paint over them, or maybe you will have to paint over them, because I don't know how much I'm going to take this at. duplicate that. Just so that, you know, it looks like another. Now export this. This will be our airlock door, because why not? And let's switch this to 30. Okay, let's do it like this. And let's call it door. Of course, we need the positions and so on and so on. But for now, because I'm lazy, now if this was in 3D, yeah, it will actually be easier right now, the way we are making this. But okay, that's not that hard either way, so it's okay as well. And we want to say grid manager, and let's bring the door, and here will be our doors. So let's build that up. And let's build a door. We forgot to fix the grid position, the size. Set that to 32. Let's start again because this is horrible. And you know what? Since we are here, let's fix the pivot point to be at the base, since their pixels do touch the bottom ground. So bottom, and actually let's select all of them. And do pivot bottom. Okay, let's add the door here, and now we can get inside from the door. Awesome. So let's say we have multiple floors. So let's do 3 floors again and hit play. And let's see, let's build. We are on the, this is on the middle floor. Okay, this is on the lower floor. Let's maybe give it a little bit more, if below, let's make it a little bit darker. So let's go here and let's build a base. Okay, this is your base. So let's say I want to go down here, false mode, and actually let's build a door. So say I want to go in here. He goes straight down because he's on this position. Kind of a bad example, I guess. But let's say we had on this floor, we had some walls around here as well. Something like that. We kind of need to update the algorithm that updates or looks for a wall or whatever. Okay, and we'll do that. But let's try this now. Okay, so you see he goes on this node, which he now can get down and he can get inside. And because we have it like this, because we updated the way we are doing the Pathfinder and the directions, it means we can bring back the z not equal 0 and x y not equal 0. Okay, we can bring back the diagonal movement. Okay, so there we go. We now have more pathfinding. So yeah, this is the easiest way to do this. But I'm kind of curious if if I updated what I had before. Oh, come on. With the directions, if that was going to work. And for whatever reason, nothing works right now. Oh, it was trying to calculate, that's why it wasn't working. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, this will work for our path. Let's see how we are on the stream. We are in about an hour. Now, this won't be as long as the other series, as long as the other live streams. It will be slightly shorter, maybe an hour or 1 more hour. We'll see. Any questions on the chat or whatever? Is this understood? Anything we're doing? So what I wanted to bring next is actually make him change from when being in outer space to change his sprite to maybe one of these. Okay. So let's maybe try and do that then. First of all, we kind of need him to be walking, which means I'm going to bring back my mouse operations and I'm going to comment all of this out and I'm going to bring this in. Okay, so this will be loading his path and let's put in a few sprites here. Let's put in sprite. Okay, let's make it an array for sprites and we'll see what we're going to do. Now, we can classify the node types if they are in space or if they're not space. So let's say public enum. Well, okay, since there's only 2 cases, we can say public bool is, let's say, is base or has atmosphere. If it has an atmosphere, that means you are inside your base. If it doesn't, then that means you are in space, obviously. So, whenever you are building a node, you can say, since we do not have, we do not have a case that we destroy our nodes, we can say that this will always be true. So we have an atmosphere. Now, onto our grid objects. If you're moving from your current node, okay, we're going to do this much more simpler. If to dot has atmosphere, sprite renderer dot sprite equals, we have our sprites. Let's use the second one, which will be the naked dude. Otherwise, use the first one. Okay, fair enough, simple enough. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should turn this into 3D, but I think it's kind of tiring that all games have through 3D. Kind of makes this slightly unique, I guess. Well, okay, not that slightly unique. Okay, so this will be the naked dude, and this will be he's in space, and let's change his default one to be in space since he's in space. Let's hit play. Okay, so if he starts to move, and you can see that going in and out means he's wearing a spacesuit. But I think if we do this on the from node, it will look better because he kind of looks like he's changing when he's outside, when he's in space. maybe we should change. Now there is some pixel corruption there, but whatever. Okay, let's do this. Oops. Yeah, okay, good enough, to be honest. Oh, I think yeah, okay. I think we also update these nodes. Yeah. We kind of have a slight issue there because we update the neighbor nodes and every time we're calling this method we update that. So it shouldn't be in here. It should be in here. That's when we are building it. Okay. Yeah, we have some issues as you can see. Yeah, that's more, well, it looks more accurate. Now we should base this to, or we should base the directions, the order based on the pivot point. And if I remember correctly, it should be in somewhere around here. Graphics, transparent sort mode. Let's make this as a custom axis, and it should be based this on both on the Z and on the Y axis. I think. We'll see. Let's bring this here. Yeah, no, that's terrible. That goes as, let's say, -1. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's not it. We still have not found it. Let's say maybe we change this only on the Z. No, we need Z. What happens if we minus Z? Okay, no. Z should be this way, minus Y. Yeah, okay, we need to create our own custom sorting order for this. This doesn't work exactly as we like to. Okay, so I think this works fine for now. Let's create a ladder. Let's delete our masterpiece over here. And let's maybe do some, I think there were some, yeah, okay. Here's some high-tech space age technology. Which part was with Pathfinder A star? Well, the previous one and this part for this series are the A star stuff. Actually, you know what? I think we want this to be on a single, so we can add it on both nodes. So let's say ladder. Let's get back in. So sprite none 0.32 and apply. On our grid manager then, on our build manager actually, let's take one of the walls we have, and let's rename it to ladder. Then if we, or let's just say public void build ladder node, we kind of need the grid manager as well. So we need to get the above node, get node dot x, node dot grid position dot x, node dot grid position dot y plus 1, node dot grid position dot z. Okay, let's make this, because I always try and access the x and the y on over here. We can do public integer x get return grid position dot x, y and z, y and z. Okay, so we do not have to use the grid position anymore. We can just use this, or we could have them stored the other way. Anyway, so if above not equals null, then on your node distance sprite renderer sprite equals base sprites dot ladder, then node dot unwalkable directions dot remove directions dot up, then above dot node distance dot sprite renderer dot sprite equals base sprites dot ladder. One more thing that we kind of forgot, but we will see. Walkable directions, remove directions dot down. One more thing that we forgot is we kind of need floor to this. So yeah, maybe not. I think it was on the castles. No. Yeah, this is it. Let's see. Do we need to? Okay. There we have. Now there is some different colors, but ooh, yeah. We want. Damn it. No, let's delete that. Yeah. Anyway, we will have floor on both of these. You understand the idea? It won't make a lot of sense, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care that much at this moment. So we have a ladder. Let's get back here. Now if node distance is null, return if above the node distance is null, return as well. And actually this needs to be in here, because if it doesn't have a node distance, it means it's not inside your grid. Okay, so yeah, okay, let's add this now. So let's go on to our mass operations, and since we do not use this anymore, let's copy this and let's comment this out, and inside build mode we're going to say build ladder on the current node with the middle mouse. Save that, hit play. So let's move this guy on the bottom grid. Okay. Then on the bottom level, I'm going to build the base. So give me a moment. Then on top of this, I'm going to build another level. And on top of this, I'm going to build another level. And I think we kind of screwed up the render order here. Oh, we were in play mode, so it wasn't working. Yeah, okay. Let's leave that to default then. Okay. Oops. So I do have my doors here. We won't be able to do anything with the door. So if I go down here, add the door. As you can see, we can see shed here. I'm going to add some ladders. On the top floor, I'm going to add one more ladder. So now he will have to walk through. Yeah, he's actually not going to do that. Why is that? He can go in here. He can go up. Let's see. Oh, he did go up. What on? Okay, let's make it bigger then, so just so that we can see what we're doing. Have him go down. Then I'm going to make this think. I'm going to go one level up. I'm going to make this in here. I'm going to go one more level up. I'm going to make it in here. Let's go down. I'm going to put a ladder here, and it's adding it on the other floor as well. And I'm going to put one more ladder here. Let's go down and let's put a door here. And let's see if he's going to come up here. Oh, and he did come up here, but I don't know why. I think he's going the opposite way. Oops, yeah. We need to change the above. Remove that. Okay. Let's delete that. Let's fix the projection settings. Whatever, let's set this to default, and I think it was on the Z axis. Okay, let's go up. Let's go up. Oh, that's the top level, that's the bottom level. Let's go down here. And let's build a wall here. Some ladders here. And some ladders on this level. Oh, that's on the edge though. That's on the edge, so it might give us an issue, so I'm going to build another level. Another ladder. Obviously, we kind of need to make something about this because this is terrible. We can't see anything. Maybe we can even lower the alpha even more to this. We'll see. Anyway, so build mode is true. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of better. We are here. Let's tell him to go on this floor, and he won't be able to go. He's not going to be able to go, but he'll be able to come in here. Yeah, he can. Let's go up a level. He can come on the upper level. Can he go on this level? He can get to this level then. But maybe it's because he is... Yeah, he's still looking for a path. So we need to have a fail-safe switch. If it takes forever. Yeah, you can see that he was calculating the path. Okay, so we have an issue with our ladders then. And let's see. So if your current node is, you should remove the unwalkable direction up, and on the upward you should remove the path. But on your Pathfinder then, get neighbor. If you're going down, check if your search position can go. Yeah, you should check if you should change this, and that should probably do it. Okay, let's go up. Actually, I want to make this slightly bigger. Let's raise this, and let's raise this up as well. Let's go down. Let's build some ladders here. Let's build some ladders here. And that will cover all of them, and that means we need a door here. And now let's tell him to get up here. And yeah, it's going to go all the way. And there it is. We can clap now. We have this working. Perfect. So we have multi-tier pathfinding that looks onto from inside walls and stuff like that, and he can get up, find. So let's say we add a door here as well. He can get out of here this way. So let's eliminate him to be able to go through diagonally if there is if there's you know, if there's obstacles left or right, then we should be able to eliminate those positions. So if dir dot x not equal 0 and dir dot z not equal 0, search if the search position is unwalkable. No, we should be looking the other way. Damn it. That's going to be a little bit more complicated than that. Let me think. Okay. Well, so here's what. Let's open up MS Paint. I think my scanner is possessed. And let's see, how do we even, yeah, shapes. So let's say this is our grid. And we kind of want to go from here to here, but this is blocked and this is blocked. Okay, so we should be searching for this and this. This direction will be -1, 1, which means we should capture all the directions now, which means, let's see, if dir.x is lower than 0, then we need to find the, no, we still don't know dir.x lower than 0. I think we need to find, if it's lower than 0, then that means we're going left. So if dir.x is lower than 0 and dir.z is higher than 0, that will be up and left, which means node grid get node search position dot x plus 1 -1. No, we need to look on the up position, so that will be search position dot y search position dot z plus 1. Okay, if n dot is walkable, if it's not walkable, and of course if node is not null. How often does this live stream happen? I will have to get caught up on the series before next stream if I can. Well, I don't have a specific schedule yet because I do have a lot of obligations, and that's not going to change till end of August. And yeah, I do have all the live streams in my site though, so you can watch them in order there. Generally, I'll try to do one per week, but this week, this is the second one for this series. I'm also doing a few other hangout, which I'm calling them, which I will do mundane art things or whatever. Just because I'm bored to do them by myself. So, you know, I just need some company to do the boring things. So, then, okay, then return null. That means this node is not working, is not walkable. So basically need to cover all the other positions then. So if dir is positive and positive, then that means you're still going to look, yeah, okay, let's try this. Let's visualize it. Will be better. So going this way now, okay, this gives us 1, 1. So that means we still need to be looking the same one. So easy peasy. Or this will be the same case. And now we need to do the opposite. So we need to be going that's the most perfect grid I've ever seen. So we now should be going the opposite way, which means if z is lower than 0, z minus 1. Okay, and also x, we should also copy this. So technically this will cover those directions. Let's see. Let's hit play. Let's see how we are on time. Okay. Oops. Wrong. Let's build this, and I just want him to go in here and walk inside. And yeah, that's how it worked. So he can't get from in here, he can't get diagonally out of it. Okay, spoke too soon. But why though? Why did we miss? Okay, let's bring back the visualization for this, which is on the mouse operations. Instead of moving this guy, let's bring this back. Because it will be easier to understand the path. And okay, build the wall. Yeah. Damn it. No, I think you did got direction there. Let's see. Let's build this one here. Okay, from this case, he doesn't go diagonally. So if he was going diagonally, he will start from there and get in here, but he doesn't, which is okay. But yeah, you know what? Let's try another backlog here. So if this is ever the case, let's find the Pathfinder. No, let's build something in here. Actually, let's build it around him. Come on. And let's say there's a door here. What the? Yeah, I don't know what this is. But he's going, it says he can go down and then move around the path. So we probably have something going on here. Maybe we're not checking some of the directions, which is unwalkable directions. If your search position contains Y, and you should also be checking if your current node dot unwalkable directions contains, or you know what, if you are here and if your current node has atmosphere, it means you can't go up and down unless there is these cases. So no, that's kinda makes it more troublesome. So it's easier to just check if current node dot unwalkable positions dot contains directions dot down, return null. Actually no, why should you be going down? Let's try this. Let's see. I think that's not correct. Don't suppose you have any questions or whatever. Feel free to ask them on the chat. Okay. Let's try this, though I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Yeah, well, it actually did a difference. Did I make some games that I can boot in Steam, for example? Well, I have made some games. One of it is actually on Steam. Let me show you, because why not? Where is it? Let me find it. Well, I think it's... the site still be up. Yeah, the site is not up. Now, the first game we've ever done and published was this. It has multiplayer, but the servers are down, so don't bother trying multiplayer. Okay, I'm kind of proud of it, even though this is way... The release date is for the actual release date, not the early access. This was on 2014 on early access. So given the time we did this, yeah, I'm kind of proud of it, to be honest, to tell you the truth. Then that's the one we released, self-published. Then I've done some work for some German television, which you can find it here. There was the general elections in Germany. I'm not German, by the way. And yeah, they wanted a Street Fighter game, and we made this. Well, they hired me to make this, along with an artist. This actually became the first game to ever be considered a game in Germany. So there's actually laws that change about that. And you can find some really cool stuff with this if you Google. And so many things. Of course, there is some great, well, there was a big debate with this. But I've got published in Vice, the German Vice, which is, of course, not something you get every day. And I actually have a GIF somewhere. Let me show you. Let this start playing, I guess. Let's see. This is free, by the way. You can just play it on bundesfighter.com. Let me find my bookmarks. Let me find my documents. Let's see. Documents. No. Documents. No. Yeah, so I'm going to drop you a link. You can read a lot of things for this game if you want. There is already been presented in a lot of things. There's synopsis. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff if you care about. This is a GIF for everything that actually covered it. And it's a lot. We had about 1 million players the first day, which is pretty cool. And it's not even all of them. There are so many things with this. So I'm going to drop this link into the chat if you want to take a look at it. Okay, let me link you the first game then as well. And then they actually wanted another game last year, a Christmas game, so we made this as well. It's an adventure game, even though, okay, kind of liked it. There was a lot of changes, some simplifications actually. I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest, still, because we had some great time with it, and there's a lot of jokes and stuff like that. And actually, I think this is the first time I'm playing it on the channel. Okay. With the same team that we made the previous one. Okay, here's your classic your classic adventure type games. Don't even remember what the actions were, but you know, it has some things like that. Okay, you can play this and find all of the deaths and stuff like that. Drop you the link as well. That's the two basic ones, but there's also another game that I'm actually creating right now, co-creator, with which is a mobile battle royale game called Retract. And let's see, it's on iOS now on test flight. So let me see. Yeah, I don't think we can find the shop for it. Yeah, okay. Can. So this is the other one that's currently ongoing. It's not much. I'm going to drop you the link. There's also a Discord on this. You can join, you can play. It's Battle Royale. I've made pretty much everything except the art. Even networking and all of this are by me. So yeah, those are the ones I can actually share. There's a few other projects that I can't share, but yeah, this will be it. These are the ones I can share at the moment. Of course, you'll see a lot of other things in the future, in the near future. Let me see how we are on the chat. Dots. No, I do not have anything that covers entities or dots, to be honest. I don't know what state they are in. If they are, well, I'm kind of I've started so many projects with entities, and just the fact that we're changing the API pretty much every other week kind of make all my projects obsolete. So yeah, I don't really. I kind of want to see what the state they are in, and then maybe try and do something with them. But yeah, Total War Battle System will be pretty cool, to be honest. But don't know if we are still there. I've always thought about making it entirely custom, because you know it's easier for me to do the normal multi-threading rather than use their methods. But we'll have to see about that as well. Anyway, so let's see how we are on the live streams and how much time we have left. And I totally forgot what we were doing. Oh yeah, we were doing the diagonals. So it seems he can go in diagonally. Let's try and do this. Yeah. Okay, he can't walk into the nodes diagonally. Awesome. So yeah, that's for the Pathfinder. It gives him a little bit more. Well, here's an edge case. Huh. It's kind of weird. So let's see if we can debug this. Am I going to make tutorials for Castlevania Symphony of the Night? Yeah, I wish, but who's going to do the art? That's the biggest question. Otherwise, it will just be, you know, just some jumping boxes, which is, I'm pretty sure there's already a million of those tutorials. So let's see the edge case on this. Yeah, okay, so we have tier X, Z. This covers minus Z and higher up. Oh, we do not have the minus Z. No, we do have the minus Z, but we do not have this one. Okay, my bad. This will cover all of them. So, last 20 minutes. So, if you have any questions, now's your chance. And now, with this, we wouldn't be able to get the direction. Yeah, okay, it covers all of the... So we have our pathfinding. This is, he's going down and then up. That's why it's looking like that. Okay, awesome. So because I don't know if we want to keep this 2D or 3D, let's put it on the chat. So tell me either here or the Discord. Do you want to keep this 2D or we want to make this in entirely 3D, like, is it called Space Haven? Both will have the, well, it's pretty similar. No matter if we keep it 2D or 3D, it's going to be, it's going to have really similar approaches. No, Space Haven, I think it's 2D as well. So maybe not that. Yeah, I don't remember the name. I'm going to guess it had something with space or star in it. Really original. Anyway. So yeah, 2D or 3D. Now's your chance to vote. Just say which one you want. But technically, since we do not have a lot of specific code that belongs to 2D, it should work either way on anything we are actually doing. So either it is 2D or it is 3D, the code is going to just say the same. It's just going to be simpler with 3D because we won't have cases where this, you know, with clipping issues and stuff like that. Otherwise, we're going to have to create some custom code that puts the character on a higher layer and okay, that doesn't do stuff like this. Depending on the floor you're in, you're going to have to change this. You have to change the ordering layer. If you're changing the sorting order, if you add the new layer, for example, okay, and you change this guy, instead of the ordering layer, you change his layer, say to this, he's on a below flow, or on a below floor, but if you are on the top floor, you see him render on top. We want to change the order, yes. Okay. So basically, you just give it per floor. Okay, let's try and do that then. And let's say create object. Okay, so when we are building something, since we do have access to a sprite renderer here, whenever we are building a node in here, then we're going to be saying node instance dot sprite renderer dot ordering layer or sorting order. It will be your node.y Okay, +2. You'll see why +2. So when the unit now is moving, when we are handling our floor color, that is, when you are changing your floor, sprite color, actually no, sprite color, sprite renderer dot sorting order will be current node dot, actually we can just use this above here, current node dot y +1. Okay. Actually no, shouldn't be +1, it should be, yeah. So on building node, we should keep the sorting order to this, to what they are multiplied by 2. So first floor will be 0, so sorting order will be 0. Top floor will be 2. Third floor will be 6. And +1, that means we always have a position available for this guy. Okay, so let's say we go up and build. He's going to be on top of it, all of them. And going down, he's going to be sorted like this. And we do not have any more clipping issues, as you see. Well, what can I do? Because this guy hasn't actually moved yet, I think. Let's see. Let's actually only build one in this position. And let's see, this is on order layer 2, and this is on order layer 0. But if we go up and down, order layer 2, what? Oh, we need the sorting order, not the current node Y. So that will be current node plus multiplied by 2 plus 1. Okay. We need to first move, because we're not running it on the first position. We can drag and drop, we can copy paste this inside start, and you won't have to move up and down the floor the first time. Okay, there it is. So let's maybe move his pivot point right at the bottom. Just so that he sits on the center. Okay. And we can see the movement points. Now, of course, the line is not showing, but you can just go down here and change the sorting layer to add a new layer and say path line on the line. Doesn't matter then. Here. Oops. Yeah, there it is. So I think I'm going to stop doing anything for this. for this part. We are done, I believe. We've done a lot of things, really cool things actually. Especially considering, let's fix the pivot point for this as well. So any questions, anything you want to say? You have 10 minutes to do it before I close the stream. It's actually not moving now. Not moving because what did we miss? I think we kind of okay, we kind of screwed the Pathfinder. I think this needs to be up and this needs to be down. I think. Well, just keep practicing. You'll get there. To be honest. That's all there is to it. I just have more practice. Oops. Yeah. Now it's correct. Okay. So you can go up and down ladders and so on and so on. We should probably fix cases like this. Or maybe not. I think since you can have different rooms, maybe we can just work something with that. We're just going to fix the cases where it updates and just puts an empty case here. That should be more correct. This is, yeah, you can't go down there because you need a floor, some ladders, and you also need a door, and you'll probably be able to go there. No, because you also need a ladder. Yeah, this ladder is a little bit offsetted. Yeah, now you can go down. Awesome. So let's say you can't put a ladder under a wall. Or if your node is not walkable, you can put one there as well. Okay, then when you're building, something is wrong here actually, target sprite. So let's say if this node you are in here, and if node is not walkable, just ignore it entirely and return false. Okay, don't do anything else. I think that should probably fix these issues, which updates. Because if it's not walkable, then that means we've touched the node before, which means we probably want to keep what it has inside. Yeah, okay, there's that. And you can add doors like this. Yeah, okay, this will be slightly weird because you have 3 types of walls. And our guy is now sitting on nowhere. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's move down. So, last 5 minutes. Now's your chance to shine. Let's maybe put a wall in here. Put a door, and then we can walk inside. We can go down. We can go up, down. So cool. Well, we don't have anything up. Okay, since nobody seems to be talking, let me clean up the code a little bit, and we're going to close the stream. As always, you know what to do. Feel free to like, subscribe, share these videos, share the live stream, share everything you want, and consider supporting me on Patreon so we can keep making all of these things. And you know, because you see how much time it takes to make all of this, and you see it live. So the next stream might be tomorrow, but I kind of want to continue with the turn-based assets. It might be about that. And maybe, well, I think the next stream for the Space Colony sim will probably be Friday. Okay. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure about it. I'm going to have to check my schedule and see how it goes. Then we'll see. But it might be Friday, maybe an art stream tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, so I think that's it. Just going to wait till the streams catch up, and I'm going to end the stream. Thanks everyone for coming and watching, and of course for all the entire support for all these years. I think it caught up. Or maybe not. Yeah. Okay, now it caught up. So I'll see you on the next ones. Either that is a live stream or that is a recorded video. See you next time.